Hey everyone, welcome to my prediction video for TNA Against All Odds, which is happening tonight. So we'll get right to it. Uh, present. I thought this was tomorrow, or I would have done this yesterday. So Against All Odds, let's look at the matches, and I'll give you. So okay, so let's see. We got Sammy Callahan versus Jonathan Gresham. The Militia, which is Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich versus the Hex, which is a that shouldn't even be on here. That should be on the pre-show. Eric Young and Josh Alexander versus ABC. Steve Macklin and Mike Sanders versus the Rascals. PCO versus Rich Swann. Joe Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian. Mustafa Ali versus Trent Seven. The System versus Alicia versus the Nemeth brothers. Jordan Grace versus who? There's no one. Okay, let's start with the matches. Let's get right into this. Okay, so uh, Sammy Callahan versus these first two or three matches should be on a pre-show. Okay. That being said, fine. Can you consider them? Sammy Callahan's going to win over Jonathan Gresham. This is a I've been kind of pay attention to this one as I watched TNA over the last couple of months, and these are guys that just Sammy Callahan came back from injury and now so he's not for a while. This is his first big pay per view PLE since then, so he's going to go over here. The Militia versus again. This is a stupid match. The Militia wins. Who cares, right? Uh, Eric Young and Josh Alexander versus ABC. Based on storyline, A Dempsey. I just get so the first two matches are kind of the first three matches on this card should be on a pre-event. They're not really that important as far as things go. Sammy Callahan gets the first one. The Militia wins the second match, and this is TNA has the weakest storylines of any of the federation, but they have the best kayfabe, and their in-ring wrestling and promos are pretty good. So ABC wins the third match against. I think that's who's going to win. I think that's who should win. So now we get to the matches that matter. Okay, Steve Macklin and Mike Santana versus the Rascals. Macklin and Santana should win this because this is part of their long-term feud with each other. Like their loners coming together, so to speak. I think so. It makes sense storyline if they would win here, then go on to the next event and face each other. Right? PCO versus Rich Swann. PCO is going to crush him. They're building up PCO as their next Abyss, basically. If you're, the Monster Abyss, well, now there's the Monster PCO. For those who don't know, PCO stands for something like Perfect Creation. He's the French Canadian Frankenstein is his nickname. He's like Abyss. He's a monster with supernatural powers, type of thing. So far, he's pretty good in the ring, which is what's selling. I don't know if he's good as Abyss is, but so far he's pretty good. Say his name, he'll appear. Joe Hendry. He has a really catchy poppy theme song. We believe in Joe Hendry. We believe in it. Anyway. This one's tough. I think Hendry is on the way up, and Kazarian's at the end of his career. So I think Kazarian's giving the bump to Hendry here. Hendry's going to win this one. Okay? Mustafa Ali versus Trent Seven. Mustafa Ali is probably their best champion right now. I don't see why they would take away the X Division title from him at this point, especially not for Trent Seven. Sorry for any noise. There's something going on in the porch. Now we get to the big matches. So the system is kind of like TNA's version of the corporation. They have Moose as the head of the system. Then they have a tag team, which is these two guys, which is Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and Alicia Edwards is the ballet, right? And the Nemeth brothers are Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth, who Nick Nemeth is Dirk Ziggler. Okay. So storyline and who should win is the Nemeth brothers and because they're on the push on the way in. I think Dirk Diggler / Nick Nemeth is eventually going to be it depends what happens on the next match, okay? Because the Hardys are on their way into TNA. Matt signed with them a few months ago. Jeff has just gotten released from AEW, and the word is he's going to join his brother there. So I think eventually Nick Nemeth is going to be the TNA champion. I think, but I don't know if it won't. It might not be for a few months. So I could see. I'm skipping the Jordan Grace match for a reason. Okay, I could see them having broken Matt Hardy take it from Moose, right, and then run with the title for a while, and then someone take it from him and then put it on Dirk as a face. Hey, love it. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. This is just a short wrestling preview video. I'm just doing it live because it's faster and more convenient, and I'd rather ad-lib talking about wrestling than script it, you know. So you don't have to listen to it now. If you want to just listen to it later or whatever, that's fine too. So I think the system tag team loses to the Nemeth brothers. I think they're supposed to lose to the Nemeth brothers. So storyline and what's good for the event, Nemeth brothers go over. Okay. And Moose versus Broken Matt Hardy. I'm skipping Jordan Grace for a reason. Moose versus I said before. I think Moose really has to drop the title here. He's had it for a while. Broken Matt Hardy is a character that really needs. He is, how do I put it? He's a top level character, right? So if you just job him out to Moose, it doesn't help Moose to win here, right? But then again, and I think because the Hardys are on their way as a team in here, they're going to get a big push because they make money, so to speak. Now, lastly, Jordan Grace versus to be announced. Okay, now I haven't seen who it is. I'm going to just Google around and see if I could find, before I talk about Jordan Grace against all odds opponent. So this is an open challenge match, right? And for those who don't know, on last week's NXT event, NXT Battleground, the best match of the event was Jordan Grace facing Perez. What's her first name? Roxy Perez for the NXT title. It was an incredible match, really, really good. Yes, I am biased because I think Roxy Perez is the hottest thing in wrestling looks wise since Alexa Bliss. Like she's almost to say she's almost as attractive as Alexa Bliss is underselling her. I love how she looks. I love her in the ring persona, and she's talented as a wrestler. So she has a total package, right, as far as it goes, and she's young. So now, usually when you do stuff like this, now she might come in and challenge for Jordan Grace's title, and then Jordan gets the win back by beating Roxy Perez. Whoever this challenger is, they're going to be from WWE. I would say 99% or 95% chance WWE wrestler is going to challenge her. Okay. Who else could it be? Be interesting to see, say, Io Sky come in here and do a challenge, but she is, she's not wrestling Battleground at all, in Clutch the Castle at all. Interesting to see another WWE wrestler come in and help Jordan Grace get some credit. So, a heel. It's got to be a heel, obviously, So, but there's a 95% chance this is probably going to be Roxy Perez, and Jordan Grace will get the win here, whereas Roxy got it in Battleground. So that's the TNA Battleground. I want to see wrestling PPV for June. I think the AEW one is on the 30th. ROH PLEs. Events. Okay. So Death Before Dishonor for Ring of Honor is on the 26th of July. I think that's their next one. And AEW events. All in London in August. Yeah. So the next AEW event is Forbidden Door on June 30th. Okay. So that will be the next AEW event to talk about. Of these matches, Jordan Grace's match is the one that, if it's a rematch with Roxy Perez, it'd be great. I anticipate Moose versus Matt Hardy is going to be a good match. Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian will be a good match. Those are the ones I'm most interested in seeing from the point of view of seeing a wrestling match. You know, I mean, Dirk Ziggler is always great in the ring, but I'm not impressed by the other dudes. You know, any questions out there about wrestling in general or about this TNA event? Okay, there are no questions. Dempsey and Lovett, thank you for joining me on this little quickie live stream. For this and my Clash of the Castle commentary. I think, I like this format. It's live. If I can ever get someone to come on with me, that'd be even cooler. But anyway, thanks guys for joining me. I want to sign off and go watch one of these events now.